Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Jimmy Cliff and Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope things are going good. Another day in my life. Thank you so much, holy cow, for joining me. Timber! And there she goes. Alright, so today's Wednesday. I left you off on Monday when I can't find insurance for my school bus, my Skoolie, which is going to be my second store. It's going to be a mobile online store where will allow me to source product longer, stay out longer, get more stuff, but sell while I'm on the road, and then be able to turn my home store off at will, but still be compliant with the marketplaces that demand that I'm on 24/7 to talk with customers. Some marketplaces only give me 5 days off a year where I can be completely out of pocket over and above the normal governmental holidays, like the mail holidays, Labor Day, Memorial Day, Christmas, all of that stuff. So this will keep me compliant with them. This will allow me to sell, and let's be honest, the majority of what sells is oftentimes the new stuff. So by cataloging and having for sale the newest product in my store at any given time while I'm on the road gives me the highest chance to sell. It also, since for those that don't know, I do sell new commercial, new retail stuff, right? It's generally not, although there are some, generally not the antiques, collectibles, things like that. It is very new retail, goods, right? I compete with people that sell the same products as me. There are price wars, if you will, on the price of things that we sell when there's multiple competitors on a listing. And for those items that are at my home, when I turn off my store, I'm no longer part of the competition, which oftentimes will allow them to raise their prices and sell through. And when I come back onto the market, I do believe what I will see is that the prices of the goods will be slightly higher. There will be slightly less competition on things when I come back, because sellers will have sold through and maintained a higher price. So for me, other than pulling myself out of those and not selling that stuff while I'm gone, that will slow me down in the long run as far as that goes. But as long as it all sells within the same quarter, same month, same year, whatever, really it's all the same. So what I do foresee happening is that when I turn the home store back on after coming back on from the road, the velocity of the sales from the products that I haven't had on the market will increase. So that is a beautiful combination all the way around. But where I left you on Monday was that I could not find insurance for this bus that I really hope is a good bus that I want to go see and hopefully buy in Ohio. And I could not find insurance. Should it be a good bus? Should I buy it? That I'd be stuck trying to get it from Ohio to home without, and I live in Texas, so 1,000, 1,100 miles, something like that. It's just impossible. You're not towing something like that. So I had to get insurance, and I was met with no. That's the gist of it. There's a few more particulars. If you want to watch the last video, I go into that a little bit more. But long story short, that's how I left off on Friday. That's what I reported to you on Monday. And as soon, guys, as I got off of the video with y'all on Monday, I got a message back from the one company, one of my companies that I currently do business with, Allstate, which has recently bought out National General, I do believe. And Allstate was from the beginning a no. But National General is one of the names that popped up in a lot of the forums that were able to insure schoolies, school buses, whether or not they be in the commercial form with the seats still in them, or the much cheaper version of them being classified for insurance purposes at any rate as a mobile home, right? And as Allstate, my Allstate guy told me no, and it wasn't actually mine, it was a different one. But he said, as far as Allstate goes, we're a no, we're not going to do it. As far as National General, we may, because it is still the same company and they have different abilities now that they've bought them. He said, but through National General, these particular vehicles are on a case-by-case basis. It's a manual underwriting process where people actually take a look at your case and take a look at your driving history, at your credit report, at the size of the bus, the quality of the bus, all of that stuff. And they make a individual decision on you. Well, I got a message back from them. I'll go ahead and stick it here, which says, well, I don't need to stick the message there. I got a message back from him which said, your application has been approved through the underwriters. We got you insurance. And I had heard figures as cheap as $30 and $50 a month. And I had long since, and I believe I said Monday, like right now I just need it at any price so I can get it home. And then once I'm at home, I can find a deal. But I pay about $100 a month on my car. If I could get it for $100 a month, I'd be pretty happy with it. And I had only asked for liability, and it came in at like $594 for 6 months. So right at $100. And that has the uninsured, underinsured in it. If I took that off, I could probably get down, not probably, I could get down to that $50 a month that people are talking about. But in all honesty, although I'm, it's a good thing to have, right? I mean, it just is. So right at $100 a month for this thing. The other things that I haven't told you about the bus on Monday is that with my address paintings, right, with Jamestown Trading, my online business, and if you haven't seen it, www.jamestown.trading.com, coupon code YouTube for 10% off. I don't normally do that. It's normally in the comments section, but there it goes. Whoa, don't do that. Anyways, between that, the address paintings that I do, when I roll out the mobile oil changing, when I roll out several businesses that are in the at least in the think tube of things that are coming out. As I do that, if I pop signs like on telephone poles, as I found out with the address painting, although I have success with them and it's worthwhile, they get taken down by the city, right? And technically, when I put them on on a telephone pole, I can be fined like $300 if they can prove that I particularly am the one in my company that put it. They have to assign responsibility to an individual, not to a company, thank God, or they probably would hit me. But if they could prove that it was me that stuck it up on the telephone pole, then they could fine me $300, right? For those, they'd have to see you doing it kind of deals. As far as I'm concerned, the reality of it is they just take the signs down, right? If you put them in the ground on stakes, which I intend to do, they pull it up, for even if it's on, unless it's on private property with permission, but most often it's on the city little pathways, right by the intersections and things like that. Occasionally they come and pull those signs too, right? Not in the cities that I live and do business in on a local level. It's not a fine, it's a gray area on the fine side, but they still will pull your signs and you lose them. But circling back around to the bus, it's a vehicle. If it had a big banner going down both sides, it could be parked in parking lots all across the city, like major parking lots with lots of traffic, with big old banners all the way down the side, and they really can't do it. The city can't do anything about it. And if it doesn't stay more than a day in each spot, the companies that are there, like the bigger companies that you see in strip malls and standalone anchor businesses, not going to name any names, but we all know them, like they got bigger fish to fry. There's mobile homes and RVs and big semi trucks in these parking lots all day, every day. And as long as they don't sit for any length of time in one particular spot, these businesses don't care. So I want to fall into that gray area with my advertising and use this bus as a billboard for these businesses, right? Like why not? To have this big old bus and just park it at home, it doesn't. It's not the. It has so much more potential than that. So that's the plan. That's what I intend on doing. It was able to when it came back from the insurance company, they are registering it as a motor home, which, in all honesty, it's about half a day's work from being what the state considers a mobile home, but the insurance company does not consider it a commercial motor vehicle, and it's not registered as such out of Kentucky. So I hear it fires right up, no hesitation, cold start, just boom, right up, which is hard with some diesels. This has got a Cat C7 engine in it, which is a very decent engine. This engine has a history, statistically, of lasting like 600,000 miles. So my beautiful, beautiful billboard will hopefully be home the first part of November. I thought I'd seen something on the road that might have been worthwhile. Right now I'm getting pallets, and I'll tell you about that here in a second maybe. But anyways, we have agreed. She is currently working the flood and disaster relief in North Carolina, and she signed up for a month of work there, which is that place got messed up, guys, from what I can see. It's horrible. But she's over there fixing that. She said she would really, although she could make a speed demon run on the weekend kind of deal, like she'd like to keep her feet on the ground over there till the first part of the month. And airfare is insanely cheap when I look at it that far out. I got my ticket for $29. Parking at I forget whether I'm Dallas Love Field or DFW, are two main airports in this region. I forget which one I'm going to, but I'll spend more on parking than I will on my plane ticket, which is just awesome, right? Now, for me, in order to get there, when it's not in the middle of the night, I've got to go on a Saturday, so I'll be pulling into Cleveland on the 2nd, and midday, which is a Saturday. She doesn't, or no, not midday, evening time, excuse me. There won't be any daytime left to go see the bus on Saturday. She doesn't do business on Sundays, which I find admirable and honorable. I believe that all days are for God, and I just work all the days. So I do. I work 7 days a week, guys. Except the last couple of days I've kind of taken off because the vehicle is not acting right. I told y'all a while back that the tie rod on one side had fell off while I was going down the road. I had to take a tow truck home. The other side is also making noise. I went and bought the parts yesterday, but I keep getting my one of my side gigs is a very high hourly rate compared to the rest of them, and I keep getting those every day, so I haven't been turning those down. I haven't been what am I trying to say? So I've been accepting those jobs, but I haven't been doing anything else. in order to hopefully let the car last through those, because I can make in an hour what it takes me. I can make half a day's pay in roughly an hour and like 10 or 15 miles. And I say half a day's pay, half of what I need, like the have to have bill money of the day I can make within an hour. And then, so I'm kind of just on stall. I'm working. Matter of fact, I'll post it here, from the week before last shopping trip. I had, what was it? 1836, 54 27-gallon totes worth of merchandise come into my store that I'm currently working on. Pictures here. But anyway, that's 6 high, 3 deep, 3 wide, right? So 54 totes full of merchandise that I have to work. So I've been working through that, processing and whatnot, bagging up, removing stickers, all of that stuff. I am about a third of the way through that already. But that's kind of where my focus is. Even though I don't intend on pulling any money from the business, that's kind of, if you look at every day-to-day, if I have to make the certain amount of money every time, every day, then that's where it's coming from. But on the float, on the long look, right, I do make my sideline businesses pay for my living, while my online store at the moment is supposed to be focused in a pure growth mode. But this week is kind of iffy, because I keep hearing my CV joint on the side that I haven't fixed, I keep hearing it pop. So I don't want to have to tow it home again. I don't want to have to tell these companies that have learned to depend on me that no, I can't work for you today. Because if I do that, they have a potential of finding somebody else, I guess what works out to be my nephew, although we're not close, on the day of the funeral last week, was supposed to have baseball practice. And with everything going on, he looked at his dad and he said, I don't really want to go. And his dad brought up a very good point. He said, son, you don't have to go, but you're the lead pitcher right now. And if you're not there, they're going to ask somebody else to do it. And if they like them as much or more than you, you're going to lose your position. It's not going to be the same when you come back. And although he's right, and I probably would have, he's right. And that's kind of where I am with this, is if I let them find somebody else, then the amount of revenue that I'm able to collect off of this one part will change. And I don't want that. I like the money flow that's coming in, and it's getting busier, so people are liking what I'm doing with them. I do have one at 5:15 in the morning tomorrow, and with any luck I should be done at like 6:15 in the morning with half a day's pay. So it doesn't get much better than that. It would be nice to have 2 or 3 of those in a day. I mean, boom, done. But we get what we get, and we don't pitch a fit. Short of that, I have some other projects I'm going to save for tomorrow. I'm not going to talk your ear off. We're almost, we're well over 10 minutes now, and I'm going to leave it at that. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope sales are just going off the hook. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It'll help me out. It doesn't cost you a thing, and I thank you. I really, really thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Bye.